Gateway to Union Essentials channel. And for those who have just found me, um, I am not new to this ability, but new to reading for people. And that ever since I was a kid, I've astral traveled. I have just had a number of supernatural experiences that led me to this path. And so these are just really a tool for me to be able to effectively get messages across. I don't necessarily need cards, I don't need stones, but I do like to use these particular modalities to help me get clear messages and deliver them clearly and effectively and precisely. So the way that I do this, and again, for those that have just found me and you guys are subscribing or whatever, thank you, by the way, for everyone that has subscribed. That's so exciting to me. But so I usually am drawn to a stone, and this is how I really started, was allowing myself to feel what I'm most drawn to. And I'm building my collection. These are my babies right here. And so if I'm reading for someone personally, I'll ask them to choose which one they're drawn to. And then I use my cards to get the messages through. And I do that intuitively. I hear messages clairaudiently, claircognizant, psychic, like the whole bit. Like I've just been kind of bombarded with a lot of different gifts from a really young age. So anyway, this is just my way of really honing things in and channeling, down to the detail for people. So if you are interested in a personal reading, feel free to contact me via the information down in the description box. Readings are $25 right now. If you'd like a reading and you've emailed me and for some reason you're not getting a response, please feel free to leave a comment down below. For some reason it may filter over to my junk mail box. So yeah, just a quick tip there. As far as announcements, I really don't have anything. I mean, I'm again just really here for the collective. I have a heart for people that twin flames, obviously, or those who are in divine partnerships or connections who are not necessarily drawn to that label. Just people that are wanting to just gain guidance in terms of union. What is union? How do you get there, and what does that look like? What does it feel like? So I'm excited to really be able to be here on this platform, sharing tips with everyone, and just information as it comes in through Holy Spirit, as far as what we can do to grow spiritually and really maintain a really healthy balance in our connections. That is where my heart is. I'm so passionate about it because I hate to see people just in conflict, inward conflict and turmoil, mentally and emotionally. We deserve to be happy, every single last one of us, and we deserve to be grounded and rooted in our energy, and we deserve to be effective in our gifts, and we deserve to have love. It's really, I hear a lot of people, and guys, forgive me, I might go off on a tangent at any moment. I'm a Sagittarius. That's just ask any one of us. That's how we are. But when it comes to the whole twin flame label, like, I get irritated with people that don't understand, number one, what a divine connection is or what a twin flame is. And then they come in the comment section and they start going off, oh, my divine masculine did this, he did that, and no good, I don't want him, I'm not putting up with that anymore. Just this negative vibe, right? And this is actually what drew me to start to do my own readings, because I saw a need for someone to come in and kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say. There are a lot of people in this community who mean well, and they may not really realize it, but they're not twin flames. They're not. with that said, no one can tell you whether or not you're a twin flame. I don't personally believe anyone can sit and tell you, based on information you've given them, or if they're picking up on your aura. Like, no one can definitively tell you whether or not someone is your twin flame or your divine partner. It is a knowing. Like, it's a knowing. It's something deep within that you are going to know. There is no mistake about it. I'm a twin flame. I've been on the journey for over a decade. Yes, I'm in communication with my divine masculine counterpart. Is it perfect? No. No union is. No one union is cookie cutter. But is it beautiful? Yeah. Is it worth it? Definitely. Is it exciting? Yes. So I want to teach you guys how to have fun with this stuff. There's so much heavy energy around this collective group, especially those that are just coming into the understanding of what they are. I think there are groups. Like right now, collectively, there are a group of twin flames that are just on the brink of union. Like, they're there. And they've been doing the work for a long time, and you guys know who you are. And then there are those that kind of sort of have figured it out, and it's like, whoa, like, what's going on? What am I? I'm here for it all. Like, I'm here for you guys. If you guys ever have questions, you just want to email me. I am not one of those people that are like, oh gosh, like, I'm not going to respond to emails and, don't message me. It's not even that serious. Like, if you really feel lost, and if it's something that I have time and I can get to and talk with you, I'm more than happy to do that. If you contact me via Instant Go and you want to set up some actual, coaching sessions, or just if you want to freaking vent, like, honestly, I'm here for it. Now, I know I'm saying that now. I don't have a ton of subscribers, so things may get crazy down the line. But as of right now, that's just the kind of person I am, because I understand where you are and I understand how you feel. I've been there. In some respects, I am still there in certain aspects. So I do have a full-time job. I do actually travel for work. So there are times where I'm not able to upload videos as consistently as I may want to. But I'm going to try real hard to do that and to really get some structure around what I share with you guys. So again, thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far, who's liked the videos that I've uploaded, all 2 of them. But yeah, I'm excited to be with you on your journey, and please leave comments. I'm not gonna tolerate any foolishness in the comment section, so just know you'll be blocked or deleted. Like, if you come with that, I'm not even gonna address it. You'll be gone. But feel free to give information, feedback, comments, or whatever. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna jump into it. I have cleared my energy. I've grounded, saged, meditated. I've really been in a good space all day. And I want to mention that real quick too, guys. So, as someone who's been on the journey for a while, I've obviously watched a ton of other people's videos. I've scaled back on that myself, just so I can focus in on what I'm doing with them myself, my own gifts. But I will tell you, please be very careful about what you're listening to on YouTube in terms of these readings, who you're listening to. I won't even say I believe. I know there are people that don't mean the collective any good. They don't mean well, and they purposely send low vibrational energy our way because they don't want us in union. They don't want it. They don't like the idea that there is such a thing as a twin flame or divine partnership that exists, because we know that these partnerships exist so that we can raise the consciousness of the collective, of the planet, really. And so it is our duty to make sure we're taking care of ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And I want to help with that. And so, there are those who just don't want to see that happen. So please filter out the folks that you're listening to. Really ask Holy Spirit to make it clear who you should be drawn to, who you should be listening to. I don't mess with the dark at all. I am of the light. I'm a light worker. I've seen a ton of darkness. I've been through a lot of stuff I won't even get into right now. But it is all very real. The spirit world is very real. Third dimensional aspects are less real than what exists in fifth dimension, fourth dimension, all that. And we can get into that in a whole other video. Maybe I'll dig into that a little more, but just know that what you don't see is very real. And, there are also times where you need to stop reading comments. If you're a person like me who just, you scan the comments just to see what folks are saying as you're watching a video, be careful with what you accept into your auric field. Be careful about what you accept just in your mental space, right? Because not everyone commenting means well. I mentioned it in the last video, and I'll say it again, and I should probably go back and check to see if this person has changed their screen name again. But there was one girl who I noticed a pattern for like a week. She was going to different twin flame videos, and a certain sign, she would go to those videos, and she would make a comment under every comment of a woman who might have mentioned something about a karmic partner. I don't like to get into that stuff too much for reasons I'll explain in again another video, but it's really your union is no one's business. Like, that's the thing. You have to be very protective over your own energy, but your own union. Like, you have to guard it. You cannot have a conversation with everyone that you know about your divine masculine or divine feminine or your divine counterpart. You cannot vent to everyone. You cannot sit online and make a comment with details about your situation all of the time. You have to guard it, and you have to be selective with what you put out and what you take in. For anyone that comes here, and I'm just telling you right now, if I see anyone in this comment section on these videos talking about you're so sick and tired of your divine masculine, he is just a a-hole and a jerk, and you don't want anything to do with him. If you don't want anything to do with him or her, then stop watching the videos. Why are you here? This person I'm talking about commented several times talking about the divine feminine is dumb for letting the divine masculine make them into cum buckets, and they have a dirty dick, and blah blah blah. Just all this vulgar nonsense and very low vibrational energy. And the whole thing is like, why are you watching? If you feel that way, why in the hell are you still on the channels watching videos? And furthermore, you don't know anyone personally, so how could you comment anything? You don't know people's situations unless you actually have spoken to them or done a reading or whatever. So I just find it really strange, and I'm being sarcastic when I say strange, because what it was very clearly indicated to me this was someone's karmic partner who wasn't chosen by their divine masculine, and she wanted to go around and just discourage other people. Don't allow people to do that to you on this journey, whether it's close friends or family. Not everyone is going to understand what you are, and not everyone is going to understand how this whole thing works. So I just wanted to put that out there. And of course, I'll drop a timestamp in the comments or the description so you guys can fast forward if you didn't want to listen to my rant. But I hope that you did, because it's really important information. But we want to dig into these messages, guys. And before I do that, again, what I usually do is just kind of sit with my stones for a while, which I did earlier. I was drawn to the brachiated jasper, really beautiful stone with like flecks of red. I don't know if you guys can see that. This one really jumped out at me today. Oh, the others, this is really cool if you're still watching this portion. So I actually got this myself. I picked this off of Red Rock. I was in Denver, and this was like shimmering at me, and it caught my eye. And I came home and I did some research about just the grounds that this was found on at Red Rock Canyon in Colorado. Turns out that the Ute Native American tribe was just basically driven off of their land, and you know how the story goes. I'll just say this is a very precious stone to me. This is really cool. And it's sandstone, by the way. So you see the flecks of like hematite in there with sandstone. These two are the same. This is just polished amethyst. This is amethyst in its raw form. It's broken half, but yeah, really beautiful. This is a piece of tourmaline, it's got to be something else in here, but where I got it from, it was marked as tourmaline, but it's so beautiful. And this is for pulling out negative vibes, negative energy, just protecting yourself, really grounding, rooting yourself. And then, of course, we know about the rose quartz, the love stone, other elements to that. But anyway, today, that's what we're working with. I've saged, meditated, all that good stuff. Again, I'm using the Energy Oracle card stacked by, excuse me, Sandra Ann Taylor. And so how I do this, guys, is I just allow these cards to connect with the energy of brachiated jasper or whatever stone that I'm using. So this stone is good for, how do I want to describe this in a way that just doesn't get all weird? Like, so basically, you know, when it comes to like your strength, your spiritual strength, your vitality, cleansing and just kind of stabilizing your auric field and stimulating your base and sacral chakras. That means just really being rooted, grounded, solid, in a solid place spiritually. And the way that this reading is going to connect to this is I'm feeling it already. The divine feminine and divine masculine, the collective of divine counterparts. There's still work to be done, guys. There's still work to be done. And that work is going to come in handy when you get into union. You got to be equally yoked, as they say. And so, you know, as we go on and get the messages, it'll make more sense. But just look it up. You know, I won't go through all that. But just look up what brachiated jasper is and how it works. And that's going to give you a clue as to how these messages come through. So enough of my spiel. Let me get into the messages here. These cards have been shuffled, by the way, like 1,001 times. But I'm still going to get these situated for us. This is a brand new deck. And so the cards are still sticking a bit, but I've shuffled enough to where they're loose and I'm getting them to come apart easily. As I stated, I really like this deck. When I first used it, it was like total conversation pieces. And everything just came through so clearly. So clearly. There was no mistake about it. And the person that I'd done this most recent reading for, she's like, I gotta watch it again because that was so on point. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that I'm confident in my abilities. And I'm actually pretty well connected with this deck already. I feel it. It just comes through so clearly. So what I want to do today is get some messages from the divine masculine and divine feminine. I know that a lot of folks read for the collective from a divine feminine perspective, and that is totally cool. I so appreciate it. I want to try to do both if I can ever. Just like to have a balance with everything. And that's just for me. Like I'm not knocking anyone at all. And hey guys, also leave feedback about my setup because you know I just said I'm getting started, right? So I want to make sure that you're hearing me clearly. You're seeing the cards. I've got like a little marker set up on my counter here where it's telling me stuff should be placed so that you can see it properly. So I want to make sure that's coming across well. Also, one more thing with my rant. I used to hate when people do this when I saw videos, and I'm like, I totally get it now. I respect you guys so much more since I started doing this. The sounds that you're hearing is a 528 hertz frequency. That's really important too in terms of how the messages come out. I meditate to 528 hertz daily. There are different sound frequencies, sound waves, of course, but that one in particular I'll put that in the description box. I want you guys to look that up and get familiar with that if you are not already familiar, because that's going to help you in a lot of different ways. But this one that you're hearing, hopefully is not too loud. Let me know if it is or is not. But I play that so that those healing sounds, which are good for healing relationships, healing the DNA, like it's dope. It's really incredible what these sounds can do. That's the reason why I play those sounds, because I want you guys to really feel what comes through as I'm getting the messages. So let me give it one good little shuffle. These cards are kind of thick, kind of hard, but we're getting there. All right. So Holy Spirit, I just invite you into this space. I ask that you give us, the collective, clear messages on the state of our unions. Give us clear understanding. I thank you for these gifts and abilities. I thank you for granting me the ability to be precise, empathetic, and open to everything that you would speak, Holy Spirit. I thank you for being the light of my life and the best messenger. You are amazing and awesome. In Yahshua's name I pray. Amen. So guys, I can already tell you, I said before, I don't really need these, but I'm feeling the divine feminine is anxious. Who isn't? I am. I miss my baby. We don't live close, by the way, so it's a bit of a challenge to actually see him. But I do miss him, so I understand the anxiousness that's coming through from the divine feminine collectively. We're all connected, and it's so beautiful. But part of that anxiousness for those who are not in communication, right? So that is due in part to not only something on the divine masculine's end, but there is still a work that the divine feminine has to do. She or he, the divine feminine energy, has to be focused on her own journey, her own path right now. And as I said in the last reading, check it out if you didn't already. Whenever you are laser focused on someone else's path, guess what happens? Like when you're driving a car, and if you dare take your eyes off the road to pay attention to what the guy in the next lane is doing, you're going to crash. Period, point blank. That's just the way that it works. It's mathematics. It's physics. The same is true in the spirit. Okay? So, yeah, we want you to focus, divine feminine, on you. Don't worry so much about what you're seeing in 3D. Hey, that's a lot. That's a lot. I will take this one. That popped out very clearly. And guys, as I said, this deck is brand spanking new. Like I literally just opened it yesterday. So things are a little tight there. But what I'm looking for is a row for overall energy for divine feminine. And I'll take 3 cards for that. Holy Spirit, thank you. And then we'll get current energies for the divine masculine as well. But yeah, as far as she just, if I can be candid, like I'm not even going to give a disclaimer. I'm not going to apologize. But guys, the divine feminine energy person, you got to kind of mind your business right now for a little bit. You got to mind your business. You got to do the work. That's why I spoke about the people that are in the comment section just totally verbally annihilating their divine masculine. Like, dude, for real? Most of that is because you guys are not doing the work. And I say that from a humble place because I used to think like that. And I was so laser focused on what my divine masculine was doing. My life wasn't in shambles, but I wasn't focused on my own path, my own gifts, my abilities. Like I wasn't tuned in. And so it just created a delay energetically. Whenever you are manifesting something, by the way, there's a reason I'm shuffling and talking like this because messages are already coming through. But whenever you are manifesting, I consider myself to be a master manifester. a master of manifestation. Whenever you are laser focused on someone else's path or someone else's journey, it's really difficult to focus on your path and just to know what you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to make sure all of these are in the upright because this deck reads reversals as well. Just want to double check real quick. And I'm so grateful for you all being so patient with me. But yeah, like you, the quickest way to delay something you're trying to manifest is to laser focus on it in a negative sense. Like if you know the saying, don't focus on what you don't want, focus on what you want. And if any of you guys are familiar with Abraham Hicks, she always teaches that you hold a thought when you're manifesting. Hold a thought for 17 seconds, release that thought, and don't go back to it for the rest of the day. If you go back to it, come back to it from a rooted, grounded place, meaning sit with it for 17 seconds, release that thought, and go about your day. It's hard not to think about your divine counterpart, though. I know how it is to think about someone at literally every second of the day. You're wondering what he's doing. That's that part of that anxiousness that's coming through that I'm hearing Holy Spirit talking about. That one wants to come out. And we're looking for one more for the divine feminine. That anxiousness is something that we, on a collective level, have to get a hold of because it's stunting our growth. It is slowing down the manifestation process as well when it comes to union. And to be quite frank with you, it's very annoying to the divine masculine. They can feel you internet stalking their Facebook and Instagram. They know because they are you. You are a mirror to them, right? Vice versa. They feel it. They feel it. And so that anxiety, we got to get that down to a level that's manageable until we completely are able to eradicate it. And the way that we do that is to be laser focused on our journey, to meditate, pray, salt baths, spiritual baths, doing our research about our union, right? Mission. So when it comes to mission, oh my gosh, like, did you know that, so you guys have mission, right? Your divine masculine, divine feminine, your counterpart, and you are here for a reason. You're on a mission, but mission does not have to wait for the other because you're the same. You can start now. You can focus on, thank you, Holy Spirit. You can focus on what it is you're called to do. And if you don't know what that is, you have to start to now ask questions. Because the more clarity you gain, the more clarity you get about your purpose in this world, the less anxious you are because that energy is now directed to the right place. That just hearing that there's major anxiety within the divine feminine collective, and that's no surprise, guys. Like, that's common sense. I mean, we've been on this journey, for those that have been on this journey for a while, we know that we want it. We want union. We want it now. We want to be with our person. So I get it. But Holy Spirit is clearly telling us that the work must continue on within ourselves. Holy Spirit, please guide me to one more card for the divine feminine overall energy. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Actually, we've got 3 for the feminine. The divine masculine. And guys, I'm talking you through this stuff as I'm shuffling for a reason. Trust me, there's a method to my madness. It's not because I can't get anything, because I could just pull one without even doing this, but I'm guided to just chat with you about this stuff because I want you guys to really understand where you are energetically, and I want you to win. So we talked about the anxiety, right? We know that the divine masculine is annoyed when they can feel us just being overly concerned with what they're doing. And it's easy to get caught up in that. It's so easy to get addicted to these readings and things also. But we bring a real balance to the connection, right? So when it comes to what your purpose to do, really start to ask those questions. Again, gateway to union essentials. What is the path that we take? Figuring out what it is we're called to do, what we're connected to do. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'll take those two. Figuring that out and working towards it. And I'm telling you, even if this were not a divine partnership, on a basic level, like when a guy or girl, whoever, finds you busy, like for some reason, that's just when they want to come around. That's when I'll take this because it's tried to come out twice, so we're good on that. Like they find you busy, that's when they come around, because you're not just obsessed with them, and we're divinely connected, so your partner can feel that energy. So we've got everything in the up right here, and I'll make sure you guys can see this. The top row, I've asked for Holy Spirit to guide us with energy for the divine feminine. Bottom row, facing me, of course, divine masculine. So already we talked about anxiousness. Card number 8 for divine feminine, indecision. And I am going to refer to the book just because this deck is new for me, but I am going to also dive in intuitively. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Interesting. And look at the top. 38. 8 plus 3 is what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. You know that's our number, right? Blossoming abundance. Ooh, number 3 at the top. I love those. These numbers are great. So we've got 8383. Look at this, guys. This is so freaking cool. Look at the numbers. So divine. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm telling you, Spirit be knowing. That's how it comes through. And for the divine masculine energy, bottom row, envy. Ooh, what's that about? 20. I'm already getting something on that. The sun, number 1. All right. Divine masculine. Man holding a coin. Card number 43. 4 plus 3 is what? 4, 5, 6, 7. Another good number. What I'm getting already, besides this anxious thing with the divine feminine energy, indecision. A lot of you just don't know what direction you're going in. Like, you are literally all over the place. Stuck. What is the story of the person wearing this? Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood knew what she needed to do. She knew where she needed to go, where she needed to be, as far as how to get there, what to avoid, and what lies ahead, like what was on her journey. She had no clue. And Big Bad Wolf was waiting for her. Interesting analogy that Holy Spirit is giving me here with this card. And actually the signs on here say unknown. So yeah, like just lost in the sauce, divine feminine. Why is that? The number 8 symbolizing infinity. For me, that's a really important number for my union in particular. But the energy of the number 8 is like cycle, never ending, Not a bad number, but for this card, it's just interesting. Like, I feel like what I'm getting is that the divine feminine is on loop. You know how a record, like a vinyl, is on loop? I'm getting that. Really cool though. You're not totally abandoned. There's butterfly on here. Two butterflies actually. Two butterflies on this card. But when you look at the center of that tree, I get two eyes watching too. And what I'm hearing very clearly, I'm not trying to freak you guys out, but you are being watched. You are being observed by a lower energy. The Divine Feminine Collective, you guys got to tighten up, button up on this anxious, just all over the place, on loop, replay type of thing with your energy. Because something greater, lower, does not want you to get it together. And it is go time. There is no more time to play around with this energy. Ooh, I hope this is recording. I'm so nervous it's going to cut off. I'm not even going to call that energy in though, but because I'm feeling it and getting it so clear. The Divine Feminine is on loop. She or he, Divine Feminine energy, is just kind of stuck right now. And it's so ironic because I see a lot of comments from Divine Feminine who is kind of like, and I'm speaking from experience as well, it's almost like you, for a while, we have assumed that the Divine Masculine was kind of like a step behind, and we were sort of more aware spiritually, more inept, more just grounded and rooted in our energy. We just knew more. That's not true. A lot of the Divine Masculine may not tell you about the work that they're doing, and they may not tell you about the dreams that they're having. They're doing the work too. Again, watch that last video. It'll kind of, it's almost like it's connecting, like a movie playing is what I'm feeling from the last one. But, again, a lot of you guys have assumed that you've done the work and you've arrived, and you have not. Because Holy Spirit is here showing you and telling you there's work to be done. This is not so much about choosing a path or direction as much as it is about you getting your SHIT together and figuring out a way to get off loop, off replay. Pick one, right? Not really, again, about picking a path or direction, but just when you get off a loop and you're not confused, you've decided. And when you've decided, then you get clarity. When you get clarity, then you can actually move. But right now, the Divine Feminine is collectively kind of stuck. And I have my theories as to why, but we'll get into that further on in the reading. But yeah, that's coming through clear. Also, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. I'm going to go to the book for this as well because I want to refer back to this one so that it's super clear. And ain't nothing wrong with that since this is a new deck. I really love this deck. So, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, love, compassion, and self-acceptance. So this is in the upright, right? Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. Major, that's major. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. What did I say before we got to this card? Remember when I said we can be so laser focused on the Divine Masculine that it repels him, it's irritating. But for some reason, when folks see you busy, it's like they want to come around. They want to be in that energy because you are independently flowing through life. You're not worried about it. You're doing you. This card, to me, Archangel Raphael, look at the way he's looking. Like, it's so sweet. This is actually the AKA colors too. Shout out to all the AKAs. I never pledged anything, but I noticed that. And it's actually interesting to notice that because I don't know if you guys ever know an AKA. That's a Greek oh my God, what is the word? I want to say fraternity. It's not fraternity, it's for guys, right? Whatever, you guys know what I mean. The AKAs are women that pledge. And there's different ones like deltas, AKAs, I think Zeta Phi Beta, might be some other ones I'm not familiar with, but within like a lot of the HBCUs, historically black colleges, universities, there's a group of women that when they pledge, it's called AKA. And there, I know quite a few of them. There's like this regal sort of princess vibe to those group of women. And on campus, they were known to be like really beautiful, like really just, I hate to say bougie, but you know, that's a thing. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like the overall energy for that group of women, it's just very regal, independent, beautiful, successful. Not to say no one else wasn't, but again, I'm really picking up on a lot of the imagery. Oh my God, that word, I hate it. Imagery in the card. And I get the feeling that Archangel Raphael wants you to step into that same energy, Divine Feminine. Get your mojo back, babe. Like, focus on you. Do you? I literally promise you, and I'm telling you this because this is what I did to draw my Divine Masculine back in. And I didn't even get into this energy in order to draw him in. I just had to release myself from the connection in a very graceful way and focus on myself, get my coins up, focus on my career, you know, my home life, everything. Just being solid in that area and focusing on yourself. There's the Divine Masculine has no choice but to also follow suit and get his stuff together as well, or her stuff, Divine Masculine energy, right? They have no choice but to follow suit because they are your mirror. And it's a beautiful energy because, again, you get to literally focus on what it is you need to be doing. And when they see that, it's attractive. Like, it really is. So, and then that fourth chakra, you're going to look into that. I want you guys to do research on that. I'm not giving you all the nuggets for a reason, because remember I told you got to do the work. There's still work to be done. I want you to go look that up. I want you to figure out why it is Archangel Raphael is asking you to balance your fourth chakra, focus on yourself, get your mojo back, do you. Step into that regal energy and own it, own that space. Figure out what it is you're meant to do. And if you don't know, at least just start to take the steps to get there, okay? So yeah, very beautiful message. And look at that. He's got your back. Look at his face. Like the way that he's looking. He's got his eye on you. That means you have support. You have support from your guides, from your angels, from your spirit family. You have it. And when you feel lost, when you feel like you don't know which way to go, call on your team. Pray, meditate. Won't talk to you about your beliefs. Whatever guidance team you adhere to, make it happen. Connect spiritually, because you have the support, but you're not really looking at it, you know, because you're so focused on what the Divine Masculine is doing. And I'm going to tell you, gateway to union, that's not the way to go, is to be focused on what the Divine Masculine is doing all day. Okay? And that last card that came through for the Divine Feminine, blossoming abundance. What is this, card number 3? This is so obvious. I will still go to the book because I like to really look at the meanings as Sandra and Taylor wrote it. But I can tell you already that this is on the other side of this. This is here for you, but you've got to pull it through. I highly recommend listening to videos by Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks. Look that person up on YouTube. Start to get into videos, and I'm not saying stop listening to Twin Flame stuff. Can't tell you what to do, but shift your focus a bit, guys, and get into that, because this is on the other side of that confused, anxious, just what is going on in my union? Why is he doing this? Why is he not doing that? This is waiting, but you have to reach into your vortex, as Abraham Hicks would say, and you've got to pull it down and be laser focused. There's also coins on here. So again, getting your stuff together in all aspects. So from the book, so she's saying blossoming in abundance, increasing wealth and value. Yes, I thought so. What else here? This card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. They even hang like fruit on the tree above. Upright, this card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. Be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like a gardener works the ground and begins to see blooming results take hold. This card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labor to blossom. So smell the flowers and tend to the new growth. Be grateful and enjoy. Yes, have fun. Divine Feminine. Oh my gosh, it's coming through so clear. Like, number 3 is great. I like this at the top too. Have fun. I always tell people whenever they come to me talking about manifestation, again, highly recommend Abraham Hicks. Tap into that resource, guys. You're gonna love her. She always talks about when you're trying to manifest something, to have fun with it. Go general, meaning don't attach to any outcome. I know that's counterproductive, it seems, but when you let loose, let your hair down, and you don't attach yourself to any outcomes, and you have fun with what you're trying to manifest, it will come to you quicker. I am telling you, without a shadow of a doubt. I know this. I'm a master manifester. I don't need to do this at all. I make quite a bit of money. So I'm also not going to be sitting here charging $90 and $900 for readings either, but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other thing. And that's also not my business what other people do, because maybe they need to do that, and that's just whatever. So, but as for me, I'm just saying that because I found my path. I found what it is I'm meant to do in this world. But the way that I got there and manifested my dream career and manifested my partner, who, by the way, I wasn't in communication with for like 3 years a while back. It was like 3 years where we weren't in communication. And I had to buckle down and do the work. And when I did that, I'm telling you guys, like, it was like full speed ahead. It was like a runaway train in terms of our connection, in a good way. Like, things sped up for me and him, for him and I. So anyway, when it comes to manifesting, this is basically telling you to expect amazing, great things, Divine Feminine, right? So we're pulling yourself out of this. This is on the other side of that. If you can do the work, get grounded, get out of this loop, this is waiting for you. It's actually here in your vortex, in that space where you're holding it energetically. It already exists, but you have to now call this in, pull it through. And while you're doing that, have fun with it. When you have fun with this stuff, Divine Feminine, it lightens the mood. It lightens the energy around your union. I am so excited that I get to say these things to you, because I've been wanting to say this stuff for so long to like somebody other than my twin friends, as I call them. Hi, ladies and guys, and my twin friends. If you're watching, like, have fun when you're manifesting. Don't be so uptight around this. I know that there's a lot that the Divine Masculine may have done that was upsetting and hurtful, or you may have hurt the Divine Masculine. I get that there's a lot of hurt and pain in the community, in the collective consciousness around Twin Flames. I understand that. But you know what unconditional love is. And I'm not ever condoning anyone stay in an abusive relationship, whether physically, emotionally. No, that's not what I'm saying. But forgiveness also lightens the mood. Having fun with it. Practical example I will give, because I like when people do that and they kind of come down off that high cloud, right? Practical example as far as having fun with it. Like, manifesting a certain way you want to have a date, or envisioning that first text that's going to pop up from your divine masculine, if you have not been in communication with the divine masculine for a while. Just having fun with that. Like, what would you like for the divine masculine to say? How would you want that date to go? Or if you want to bump into him somewhere randomly, like, have fun with what you're manifesting around your union, because guess what? You are creating all of this, by the way. Yes, you are a divine counterpart. Yes, everything is a puzzle, as I said in the last video as well. But those pieces, they all still fit. It's just that sometimes you're going to have to put a piece here, and you may have to put a piece there. But at the end of that puzzle, it all comes together to create a beautiful picture. So you got to start working on your pieces, hello, and let him work on his pieces. You're both creating your puzzle. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is good though. It's coming, it's here. It's just that you guys, you divine feminine, have to be made aware that this is available to you, so that you could stop focusing on the negative. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of what the divine feminine is focused on is not even real. There's so many illusions around what the divine masculine is doing, because there's so many assumptions. And you have got to stop making assumptions about what the divine masculine is doing, and basically mind your business. This whole spread for you guys, look, it's all about minding your business. There's really nothing in here about what you need to do with the divine masculine. Like, it's not even right now. Focus on you. Okay? All right, let's move on, because I don't want to make this an hour long. I've never done an hour-long video. I don't want to start that now. If we did, I guess it's not a crime, so whatever. But yeah, so for the divine masculine, envy, this was so interesting. I've already got something on my card. I think it's nail polish. Card number 20. Envy. You know what I heard when I picked this up, when it flipped out of the deck immediately? This isn't even him. Or, I'm sorry, him or her. I don't have to keep repeating that, guys. You already know how it goes. This isn't the divine masculine. This is him observing your energy, your jealousy. He's not jealous of anything. Divine masculine is over there minding his whole business, tending to his own garden, planting seeds, making plans to come towards you. But he is observing your anxious, just low vibrational energy around this union. And it's repelling him. I'm telling you, it's so clear. It's not cool, guys. It's not all right to be in this energy. It actually serves no purpose. Excuse me. It serves no purpose whatsoever. And if you notice, everything beautiful is outside of this energy. Again, kind of like, excuse me, I should have grabbed some water. Kind of like on this, like this is on the other side of this energy. This confirms this divine feminine card. Excuse me, guys. So, yeah, he's seeing this, and it's not attractive. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pause this and get some water. Excuse me. pardon me, if it's one thing I've learned since starting this is have a cup of water nearby. But yeah, so he or she, the divine masculine energy, is aware that you are in this energy. And it's really not even so much about envy as it is the energy around this card, honestly. It all kind of goes with, amazingly, this is the first one in your deck, remember? Same energy if you really look at the images. So this is really not about you being jealous of anyone. I'm really not picking up on any third party energy around the divine masculine. I mean, I'm sure there are some who are experiencing that, but collectively I just don't get that. And again, it's obviously is a general reading, so it may or may not apply. If it doesn't, let it fly, move on, find one that does resonate. But and also you can book a personal reading to get more clarity. But overall, yeah, this is more so about the energy of this, that darkness. And on the other side of all of that is this beautiful space here. And the divine masculine is observing you in this energy. And again, it's not attractive, so. Let me keep it so you can kind of see that. And what we had pop out second for the divine masculine was number 1, the sun. This is great. This is good news. He may not be telling you how he feels, how he or she feels. The divine masculine may not be saying very much right now if you are not in communication. Even if you are, they may not be forthcoming with their emotions and feelings for you, but this is where they are, and it's beautiful. New beginnings, great creativity. What I get from this immediately is the divine masculine is planning. He's planning, and I can tell you, I'm looking at the next card coming up. I know I'm right about that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The divine masculine is planning something. Of course, it has to do with you. But remember when I talked about how you ought to be in this energy, like an AKA, in that regal mode? I'm amazed at how these cards are actually matching up. This is amazing because this was your second card, and this is the divine masculine second card. So you have the support to do it, and he's doing it. Look at that. A lot of us have thought for a while, like, oh, the divine masculine used to get his stuff together. Like, what's wrong with him? You know, the whole time he's not talking to you about what he's doing. And I'll be honest, like, if you are dealing with a male divine masculine, a lot of the times these guys aren't, like, they may plan things, but they're not telling you what they're doing because they kind of want that element of surprise when they come back towards you. And if you are in communication, you know, male or female or whatever, this person that you're dealing with, they may just want to stunt on you when they come back, like, babe, I did it. Look at me. Like, I was doing the work. What's up? You know? And here's the beautiful part. I know that's true because, you know, not even speaking for my own union, but when someone knows that they have done you wrong, or they know that things have just not gone well between you two, when you reconnect with that person, you want there to be an element of, like, look at me now, like, I'm better, I've done the work, like, I got my mojo back. And they want you to be impressed, is what I'm getting from this. They want you to be impressed with the changes and the evolution and the growth that they've been working to put in. And it may not look like anything that you think it should look like, but they are doing the work. And this so resonates and coincides with the last video that I did. Please go and watch that previous video. The divine masculine is doing the work. He wants union, okay? No question. But, you know, it's really not your business how that's getting done. I'm just looking at the images on here. There's like a trombone on here, a horn. There's a little baby in a basket. I know it's a little fat baby over there. Ha! Water is great to see as well. Water carries a lot of energy, a lot of positive energies. Another thing with water, I'll tell you, when you're manifesting, I'll let you do your homework because I still want you guys, you ladies or guys or whatever, to do your homework around manifesting. Because remember, we're creating this union. Even though it exists already, we're still creating these puzzle pieces and moments. When it comes to water, very powerful source of energy. You can put your intentions into a glass of water before you drink it. You can meditate holding a glass of water and just set your intentions for the day, and your intentions will be attached to that water. This is why a lot of the sages of old, I'll just say like Christ, was often found like either on the mountains or near a body of water, especially when he did healing. You ever noticed that? There's like a body of water, or water was involved, turning water to wine, or at the lake healing somebody. Like, so I guess I say all that to say, like, the divine masculine is doing the work. It is a powerful thing. Like, the divine masculine is really putting in that work in ways that you may not even know it. And it may be that they don't want you to think they're weird because they don't know the depth of your spiritual practice. But I get the feeling that the divine masculine is doing their research and figuring out ways to grow and enhance themselves spiritually. And you're going to be surprised at how the divine masculine comes back towards you. And let me just look at the book too with this, because remember, this deck is new for me, so I want to make sure I'm capturing everything I can with it. So the sun, new beginnings and great creativity. So the sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well, just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer. Oh my goodness, that's so key. We're right on the edge of spring, aren't we? February is almost over. Spring and summer will be here before you know. You know how time flies by. I take that to mean, and I'm feeling it very, very clearly. The divine masculine is doing the work, and you're going to start to see movement around spring and summer. I know. We want it today. We want it tomorrow, but things just don't work like that all the time. Not to say you couldn't create it or manifest it, but in terms of time frame, if you were wondering, that may be a special message to you. Like, when would I hear from my divine masculine? Maybe around spring and summer, things will start to pick up with you guys again. So it goes on to say here, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing, new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. Again, what did I say before I even got to the book? He's growing. He's doing the work. This card also marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Divine masculine, you better get it. I'm proud of you. I hope you all watching, because I care about your journey too. They're growing though. Look at that. That's amazing. A birth of a new you. He's doing the work. I'm telling you, I guarantee it. Now is the time. It goes on to say, now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Ooh, major. Did you guys catch that? Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Yeah, so this really does coincide with what I'm saying, with the time frame. Like spring, summer, things are gonna start to pick up. Maybe before that, who knows? But overall, the divine masculine wants to communicate their truth to you and their vision for your union. He wants to take a lead. But remember, it's so annoying and irritating that you assume he's not doing enough or not moving fast enough. Meanwhile, he's doing all he can. Wants to show you his mojo, and you're over here in this. Get out of this as fast as you can, please. Have fun with it. Don't be stuck in that dark space, because it's not going to help him to want to come towards you and speak his truth or vision. Goes on to say here, visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See, visualize the light. Again, remember I talked to you about visualizing for 17 seconds, holding a thought for 17 seconds, letting it go. Start to practice that. The divine masculine is doing that since this was down in his energy. The divine masculine is visualizing, doing all kinds of stuff that you don't realize he's doing, because you may not know the divine masculine to be someone to do those things, but he's doing it. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create and know the sun is shining on your intentions. I just get that. Again, it's very clear that the divine masculine is in planning mode. They are wanting you to see a new and improved them when they come back around. So this is why it's taking a while. It's not that they don't want to communicate. It's not that, and if you are in communication, it's not that they don't want to share their feelings. They just want to share something that's substantial. They don't want to come towards you with an offer that isn't reflective of their growth. Does that make sense? Like, you can answer me. I know it makes sense though, because it's definitely making sense to me. This is a dope card. This is beautiful. Last card in the divine masculine spread, man holding a coin. I mean, there really isn't much I have to even say about that. Isn't it in keeping with everything that we've talked about? Card number 43. Is that another 7? Oh, not another. I guess I said in the beginning it was 7. So yeah, 7. Great number. This guy on this card looks like Fabio. I'm getting the divine masculine just wants to be your everything. They want to come towards you with their SHIT together. They want you, divine feminine, but they want you to be impressed with them. And I know many of you may say, I don't care about money. I don't care about looks. I don't care about status. Like, I love you for you. That's all well and good, but let's keep it real. The divine masculine has done some shady stuff in the past, or maybe just things haven't gone that well with you guys. They don't want to come back around with that same energy. They want to come to you like this, like Fabio, with the shmoney, with the coins, with the money. And money may even just symbolize energetic balance and prosperity, emotional prosperity and well-being and balance. Not even so much about the money, but money's not a bad thing either. But I'm getting that, this is in the works. They're planning. They want to come towards you as someone that you just would want. They don't want to be rejected either. This guy, if you look at his face, really, is kind of like not even that sure of himself. I'm going to go to the book as well, but I'm still getting a lot from this. The divine masculine isn't all that sure of himself, because they know that the energy that you're in now, they may come towards you and you're wielding your sword because you're so irritated and you just have so many assumptions. It's like, I don't know if I can come towards her because she's over here like this. And so they're not too sure, but they want it. It's just that, again, you are connected. You are one. You are a mirror. You are him. He is you. And he can feel you in this mess. So he's not that sure about, coming towards you when you're in that energy. You're on loop with the negativity. You're not even focused on you. It's like, I want my divine feminine, but I'm going to take my time because I'm not sure she's going to have my head on a platter, because she's just, I've messed up and it just seems like she's not in a space to forgive. It's just this. She still thinks that I'm doing things that I'm not doing, and I don't know how to deal with that right now. So Try. I know it is hard. I'm not saying that you guys have to be Superwoman or Superman, Divine Feminine. I'm just telling you that this can be felt. This can be felt by your divine counterpart. So try to stay above that, and know that this is who is waiting for you, waiting to come towards you. What does the book say? Number 43. Man holding a coin. Excuse me. My throat is so dry, guys. Male connection in money, health, or value. Upright. This card shows a man sitting in a lushly flowering field holding a large, bright coin. For men, this could indicate an aspect. On the page. This can indicate an aspect of yourself and a readiness to further your goals and receive increased health, money, or value in your life. Greater success is on its way when you take control of your own finances and act. So yeah, it could be about money, as I said, but overall, just that success that the Divine Masculine is looking to generate. It's all about that. This card upright could also reveal the assistance of a financial advisor or healer whom you already know or are soon to meet. This man is helpful and may bring sage advice concerning the action you need to take. Next, be open to this person, showing up with support, but always turn to your own intuitive guidance to weigh the information you receive. This could also signify a new love interest with a wealthy man or a woman from work. Yeah, I'm not getting all that new love interest from work stuff, but I mean, hey, it could be. But overall, just again, I mean, the Divine Masculine wants to show up with something to actually offer. And I would love for you guys to be in the energy of receptivity so that you can receive him, okay? So let me lay it out for you so you can see this clearly all together as it was. Bottom row was Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine was top row. I'm doing this so you guys can see how the story flowed, or like how the current energy flowed. See that? I hope you can see that. I'll test it out, but yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, you both want it, but there's still work to be done separately. And just know that it's really not a matter of separate, because you are one. However, again, focusing Divine Feminine on you, getting out of this stuck place, calling on your guidance team, praying, meditating. And let me tell you, be disciplined in this. You can't start one week, I'm going to pray and meditate for 20 minutes, and then tomorrow or next week you fell off. This is consistent investment in your spiritual, emotional, physical well-being, okay? Blossoming abundance. As I said, it's already there. You've already created it. This is already existing in your vortex. When it comes to manifestation, this is here for you, but only available when you come out of that stuck place. He can sense that you're stuck. He can sense that you're agitated and you're anxious. But this is available to you. He knows that you're upset. He knows that you're hurt. And he is sorry, by the way. Very, very sorry for everything that hasn't gone well. But this man or this woman, this Divine Masculine, is really stepping up his game. So, with that said, I want to go ahead and get some messages from our Twin Flame deck to close this out. By Mystic Moon. You can go on our Etsy shop to purchase. Ooh, it would be so cool if she's watching. I'm a big fan. She's like the Michael Jackson of tarot for me, of cards, whatever. She's really cool. I actually had a personal reading with her last year, I think. She was just amazing, and literally everything that she spoke is definitely how it's playing out for me, and it's beautiful. I'm so excited about everything, the way it's unfolding. Even on a collective level, I think that we're doing a good job overall. For those of you that are nearing a physical union, You're doing the best that you can. Just keep going. Don't stop the momentum. Don't get sidetracked by karmics and oh, is that? And I'm gonna tell you, I do not feel that energy anymore. And I felt it when I know when I feel it. I would tell you if I felt like, there was any karmic stuff going on. Like that stuff is part of the old timeline anyway. Like there's just certain things that the divine masculine isn't even focused on anymore. And one of that is like juggling women and men or whatever. And just being like a whole bag. They're not even in that energy anymore. So, Holy Spirit, thank you so much thus far for the clarity and guidance that you've given us. I'm just asking for a couple of messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. We'd love to hear from our masculine. We know that a lot of them aren't really into expressing emotions verbally. It may be hard for some of them. So we just welcome their higher selves into this space. Ooh, nice. Exactly 4 came out, which is interesting because typically when I pull these cards, I get like 4 messages. So let me line these up so you can see. I'll read them off first and then I'll line them up. I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. What did I say earlier? Didn't I say that? The divine masculine wants to be real with you, and they're not afraid anymore. Girlfriend, boyfriend, they're coming. You inspire me. Aww. Aww. That's just, there's not much more to say to that. You know what that means though as well? They're watching. They may be stalking you online, but even just energetically, you're connected. They feel you. They're inspired by your growth. Keep going. Do not get sidetracked by any low vibrational stuff. Don't do it. I'm in a much better headspace now. Yo, let me tell you, this deck is not full of all like rosy stuff. So there's stuff that could have popped out that wasn't so favorable, but this is in line with everything that we spoke about. I'm in a much better headspace. I'm telling you, the divine masculine is doing it, making it happen. This last one is interesting. It says, I don't know how I feel anymore. You know what I'm getting from that? In line with this whole message? That energy that we saw you in at the beginning of this reading, that's why. Remember when I said, look at how the guy's face was? It's like he's got all this stuff going on and he's ready, but he's not quite sure if you're still in this. I don't know. Like, should I say something to her? Divine Masculine's like, should I approach this divine feminine because I want this, but she's just been so stuck. She's been assuming. She's been just in this lower vibe spot for a minute. So help him along. Help your divine masculine, him or her, along so that they can figure it out when to come towards you. This is not really how I feel about you. It didn't say that. I don't know how I feel anymore. They're just not sure how to approach you because you've not been in a high vibe space. But remember I told you that when you come out of that and you decide that you want to be in that feel good space as far as what you're creating and manifesting, and you stay in that energy, the divine masculine has no choice but to decide when, where, how. Like, that's all part of the planning that's going on with the divine masculine. So yes, they want it. Yes, they do. And it's going to be up to you as far as how you create this and how you bring it forward. Okay? No idea what I'm going to title this reading yet, but I know that it resonated with me. So I know collectively it's going to resonate with you. I would absolutely love for you to please James Brown begging, please leave me some comments. I love when people dialogue in the comment section, as long as it's respectful and, it makes sense. I would love feedback on how this resonated for you. Please like, subscribe, share. And again, if you'd like to book a personal reading, they're $25. That's it. I'll be happy to do that for you. We can get an in-depth read on your energy and your divine counterpart's energy, and also some messages. So, yes, happy union, guys. Listen, separation is an illusion. There's really no such thing. Now, in 3D, yes, some of you may not be in communication right now, but in terms of union, you are always in union. That's the irony of this. Gateway to Union Essentials is I want to help you discover how you are already there. You just have to call it in, pull it up out of your vortex, lay that thing down, bring it out. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. You can have this beautiful connection that already exists in fifth dimensional aspect, right? In the ethers. This stuff is real. You guys are an ancient energy that has just found its way to this current reality, and the work just has to be done, and that is a part of the plan, believe it or not. All of this are pieces of the puzzle. Everything you've endured, everything the both of you have been through, Divine Feminine energy, Divine Masculine. Look how beautiful this stuff is. It's there, it exists, but there's a pathway, and you can jump off that path. You can definitely get lost in the sauce, but that's by choice. Even this is by design, though. That's the cool part. Don't be discouraged either way. If you feel like, I may have messed things up, there's nothing you could do to mess up what the divine creator source is doing in your life. It's just that you have to align yourself with what you want. You have to energetically put yourself in position to be in a place of receptivity to receive this goodness. Okay? So, it's here for you. Anyway, drop your comments, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, have a beautiful weekend.